Hey guys, it's Tyleen and I'm on Culture.
Tyleen, you gotta stop killing them like this. How come no one says wizard anymore? Get it?
In LaSalle, Texas, as most people like to call it. I lived there all my life, so. What street? I can't tell you that now. Oh no. I mean, I grew up in the projects. That's as much as they're getting because we can't go into details. I got stalkers and shit, crazy people out here. Born and raised here. I mean, my mom is born in Nova Scotia and she's half native and my dad is Bayesian, so I have like a little mix, but family is everything to us. That's number one. That's always been the number one rule. I feel like growing up in my family, we were always tight. Then we have support and we have love. My family allowed me to grow and be who I wanted to be. They didn't tell me like, oh, I had to be this or I had to focus on this, you know? It was, you're good at this, do this. They always wanted us to fulfill all of our passions. I'm a stripper. No, I've never been a stripper, but strippers are beautiful, bomb-looking females. So if that's what they want to say I am, then that's what it is. I know what I am. My family knows. If I was a stripper, shit, I'd be saying I was a stripper. Why would I hide it? I talk about everything else I do. You know what I mean? So it's like, maybe if they would have reached out to me and really understood where I came from and how I grew up, they would understand why I didn't choose that path. If they can't find a story about you, they're gonna create their own story about you. So. Yeah, it's amazing. I love being in love. I think that what's wrong with people now is that they make love too complicated, you know? Love is supposed to be easy. Love is supposed to be soothing. It's supposed to feel relaxed. It's supposed to feel peaceful. It's not supposed to feel like another job. You know what I mean? It's not supposed to feel like another person you gotta deal with in life. Like, it's literally supposed to be your comfort, you know? So people should stop like glamorizing the whole toxic lifestyle. Like, yeah, it's cute and funny on the Instagram, but it's not cute and funny behind closed doors, you know? Like, they're not actually laughing back there. The thing is, people don't love, you know? Like, they love, but they don't love unconditionally. And unconditional love is different. Unconditional love is like, I'm gonna take you and all your flaws and all that you come with, and I'm gonna understand you, and I'm gonna, even if I don't, I'm gonna try to understand you as best as I can. We're gonna communicate, and I'm gonna listen.
He talk a lot, so I told his ass my love. He put it on me, then I'ma back it up.
Yo, they all suck. I don't know when's the last time I heard a good pickup line. Most of it is like, psst. Yo, you know, like on the street or something, or like in the DM, it's like, yo. You know, it's like, damn, you're so fine, or why you don't have OnlyFans? Or you get like the ones where it's like, they're trying to like pay you all their life savings right away, like, oh, I'll give you everything, you know? I'm just like, nah, it's not working. None of them are good. I think it really just started off as like, we already had mutual connections from photo shoots that I did previously with New Regime. We really loved how the photo shoot went. Everything was perfect. Like, I already had such a good vibe. It fits perfectly. And then like when they reached out and said like they want to work with us as a creative directive team, I was like 100%. Yeah, I mean, and it's disappointing because it's like, me, I don't like to hate. Like I said, I'm a lover. I don't want to have beef with nobody. I don't want to have bad tensions with nobody. Like, I do feel like I get a lot of hate. At the end of the day, I feel like I should be getting a lot more love from my own city. Like, I've had people try and say like, oh, you should say you're from Toronto and stuff like that. Like, you shouldn't say like you're from Montreal. But it's like, I love my city, you know? Like, I want to rep my city. I'm the queen of my city, you know? So it's like, I feel like my city should love and respect me the same way. And it does suck because I do feel like if anybody is gonna make it out of the city for real, I'm really high up there in the chart. I want to open doors for everybody else in the city. But everybody want to play this, oh, there can only be one. Right now, there's none. You know what I'm saying? There's none. So how about we start working together and start uniting just like everybody else does? I'm not a hateful person. So even when I do get on, I'm gonna still look down at these people and be like, all right, come. You know what I mean? I'm gonna still put you guys on. What's next is for me to just keep going and working with people outside of the city. I mean, I'm working on going global. You know what I mean? I tried with my city. I tried to see like what we could do with you guys. And it's really tough because I really wish it wasn't this type of conversation. I wish I could say, you know what, like my city is the reason why I'm doing so good. But it's like, it is what it is. Next year, we're gonna have this same conversation and we're gonna see it's gonna be real different. I started off this thing like with my brother. I can remember my grandma telling us to turn off the music or turn down the music because we'd be rapping all through the night. We'd have the setup in the kitchen or in the dining room table or in his bedroom, blasting bass, everything, you know? So it's funny to see like the transition, you know, because I was working with my brother. We were working on GarageBand. We were recording. I didn't have any producers at the time that was looking at me. I didn't have a studio to go to. Like, not many people really believed in it, you know? But my brother was there from day one, and he's still like my #1 supporter in it all. And then my grandma, it's funny to see because in the beginning, when I first told her I was gonna be a rapper, like she laughed a little, you know? She giggled at me. She's like, like, yeah, right, you know? And then I finally was able to bring her to one of my shows that I had. She's seen it for real, firsthand, like, oh shit, there's people like coming up to my granddaughter wanting to take a picture with her. And then she was like, okay, like she's doing this for real. And then afterwards she's like, okay, when are you in the studio? Why you didn't record another song, you know? Like, well, my mom, she loved music. All the time we were listening to music. Even my mom, from when she was a baby, she was dancing, singing, and everything. So it was in the blood, you know? My dad, he's a dancer. He did a little bit of music himself. I did dance from like 3 years old up until I was like 10, 11. I did jazz, hip hop, ballet, tap. So I already had so much music, like inspirations like all around me, you know? Female artists and all that, like Foxy Brown, which when I was younger, I'm telling you, I was not allowed to listen to her. I was not allowed to listen to Foxy Brown, but we had Foxy Brown, we had Lil' Kim, we had Queen Latifah that were like heavy in the game and like really like on their like grind and their hustle and like boss women. And I was like, shit, like I liked that. I liked how they performed. I liked how they entertained. I was like, you know, and then I was like in the choir for some time. So like I was already singing and doing all that stuff. And I just picked up the pen. I started writing. I started writing poetry. That was like one of my ways I was able to express myself, you know? I was going to Boys and Girls Club at the time, and there was this guy named Todd Smith, and he ran a little music group there. And he was actually the first person that told me like, hey, like, you know, like you could turn this poetry into rap. And that's kind of how it started. And then I started writing rap. That's really how it really started.
Hi, my name is Maxine Johnson. I'm Tyleen's grandma. Tyleen, she grew up to be a wonderful lady. She would do anything for anybody. I'm very proud of her, very proud of her, what she achieved in life. It could have been worse in life for them because their mom had passed away young, and I'm very proud to have her as a granddaughter. Tyleen was living with me in 1997 when she was born. It was a pleasure. Well, I didn't like the idea that my daughter was pregnant at first, but I accepted. Tyleen grew up with me, and my daughter moved out in 2003. She was diagnosed with cancer. She passed away in 2010. It was difficult for the kids, but they stayed together. They made me strong. They gave me life. Because when I had my daughter at a young age, my daughter gave me life. When I lost my daughter, I lost a great gift, but she gave me 4 gifts to live for. Well, I hope she does well and be well, and the health is very important to me, and that's my biggest fear is seeing the mom get sick, and then I'm living to see one of them get sick, or I can't handle that. So I hope everything goes good.
My grandma is everything, for real. I mean, without her, I don't know where any of us would be right now, you know? It's hard because she's sitting right there. When my mom passed away, we didn't know what was gonna happen. And my grandmother, she took us in, and automatically she always felt like our mom, you know? She took us in and she made sure like we all stayed together, and she made sure of that for my mom, you know? And because of her, we all got to stay together. We all got to continue going to the same schools and everything. So honestly, like I owe her my life, because she already had her 4 kids, and then my mom passed away and she took in 4 more kids. Anybody at her age wanted to just sit down and relax and retire. She already worked so hard her whole life. Now she has to raise 4 more kids from the start again. Yeah, I owe her everything.
After the mom had passed away, they started rapping. I didn't like it because I'm old school. I said, why are you cursing? When they started rapping, I said, don't do that in the house. Sing like you before, because Tyleen used to sing Barry White and the Commodores and all the old school before, and she was great at it. The sexy part too, I didn't like it at first and all that this stuff. I asked her what she portraying herself as and why she had to do that, and a sex object in a way. And I didn't want that. And then when I talked to my sister and family and all that, I was kind of like embarrassed at first to tell them that she's making this kind of music, and they watch her on, Instagram or something like that. And then my sister said, all the other ones do it, so why can't she? And so I accepted.
It's very funny because my grandma always tells me, why do you always have to do that? Fuck, bitch, bitch, bitch. I'm just like, it goes with it, you know what I mean? It comes with the territory. So of course she would rather if I kind of did like a little cleaner kids bop vibe, but it is what it is. You gotta get with the groove. And sometimes she'll say that, but then sometimes I'll see her bop into it by herself, So I'm like, oh. I've heard oh, are you ever gonna get into more personal lyrics and stuff like that? Yeah, just not now, Right now I'm doing me. I'm going with the vibes. I'm going with the bops, I'm giving attitude. I'm giving boss bitch shit. I'm just having fun with it. I hope later on down the line that I will have a more personal project and really let the people see how it went from beginning to end.
Just like my money, I'm going up. Don't got no bills, but I'm growing up. Got a new beat and I turn it up.
It's interesting. I don't think money is the overall thing. You can't be piss broke either, but shit, at least have an income. But also a plan is important, having a bunch of money and not knowing what the fuck to do with it is just as bad. You can have all the money and be doing nothing with it. So I feel I would want somebody more with ambition. I mean, we have a love and hate relationship, me and money, because I'm a shopaholic at heart, but I want to be somebody who saves. It's a love and hate thing, I love money so much and I want to spend it all and even just give it away sometimes, but it's gotta remember, I can't do that all the time, I've always been one to go and get money and go and get it myself. And my mom always told us basically don't have your hand out, you know what I mean? Go and get it and don't be begging and stuff like that, So I never wanted to be like that. I know I had to have my own money and I had to do whatever I had to do. I always had a hustler mentality, so I want to learn how to keep all my money to me, And I gotta learn how to keep it. Number one thing is to never have just one stream of income. You can't live off just one flow of income. Especially not in this generation where you could get it a million ways. There's a million ways to get it. A million ways to make $1 million. You know what I mean? Why choose one? I make clothes, I do carpets, I do hair, I do makeup, I do music, I do nursing, I do everything. There's nothing I can't do. So if I can find a way to make an income off of it, then I'm gonna capitalize off of it. I started off investing. I mean, I'm not super into the whole investing thing. I don't know about the whole stocks and stuff like that. I can't get into it, but it's not really my main goal. I'd rather invest in a business or something that I can watch and I can put into it and watch it grow, and not into an invisible stock. I don't know what the fuck this stock shit is. I can't get into it. I mean, I hope maybe one day I will come back and I'll watch this video and I'll be I wish you knew better, but
I thought we could have been the thing Jay-Z and Beyonce, you know what I mean?
This guy said Jay-Z and Beyonce. I think
But
I'm
you,
taller than you.
well, how tall are you?
I'm like 5'9".
Oh, wait, you trying to make it to the NBA? Oh, wait.
I still get that whole like top 5 thing, and I mean, like, I didn't really know what was going on. I didn't think that it would like carry on with me this far, you know? But like, I mean, it was just like him trying to holla and whatever, you know. He was being top 5. He was doing what he does, you know? I don't have no hate. It's all love, you know what I mean? And we've congratulated each other on the side. Oh, I can't? I was gonna say Tyleen. There's other rappers in Montreal? Oops. I'll look into it. I'll try and update myself. I mean, Zaina is a singer. Yeah, she's good. She's pretty, she's dope, she got a little... I like her attitude, I like everything, she sounds good. Zaina.
Chicken. That's basically it.
I know she probably said chicken because she knows I love chicken, so chicken is definitely it.
Pull up.
It has to be Pull Up because that's the song that's like on her little Bluetooth that she uses in her car. Her USB she puts in.
Math.
Shoot, what did you say, Nana? Science?
Open, honest communication. Love her for who she is. Money doesn't count in her. She spends money on him more than anything, and that got to me at first. But yeah, she takes care of her man.
Thank you for having me.
How come no one says wizard anymore?
Get it.